a beautiful day in sunny Southern California, despite all the wildfires we have going on.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
It is, but great time of a year right now. Lot going on, Knock. I could not wait to get in studio this week.
Hey?
Only to tell you how wrong you were and how good you made me and Cam look last week.
You're so full of crap.
Want to say that right away.
No, because you're
just
twisting.
Get that out
you're
of the
twisting
way.
the facts.
I'm not twisting any
Yeah, you
facts.
are.
No,
Fake
I'm not.
news. You're twisting the facts.
I knew you were going to go there.
Fake news.
You're twisting the facts, man.
Fake news.
You can go back and listen to the tape, and we'll go over this when the time comes. But you're just wrong.
Okay, we'll see about that.
Okay.
And we'll get to what I think that you're wrong about later in the show because there's quite a bit of them. We got a lot going on, though, in today's show. You guys can call the show 626-208-9040.
Speaking of call-outs.
You know what? I'm amped up. I've been on the phone with Johnny Ice for like an hour right now.
Yeah, you have.
Speaking of call-outs.
We got phones going. It sounds good. It's going.
Screen overlay still up.
Jesus criminy, man.
You know
Cam's my eyes
and you
right
know what,
there.
too?
Thanks, Cam.
You know what was important, too, is I tried to chug as much as I could during the sound intro, so that I was trying to chug before we came on air, like right until the moment the music came on, until you said.
Nice.
The first word, right?
Boy.
It's a chugging kind of show today.
That's commitment.
It's going to be some
right?
beer going
And may
down.
I say, sorry.
Go ahead.
Just so you
You guys are the ones on camera today.
just so you understand that I didn't just say this off the air just because, right? I want to let everybody know out there that I, for one, truly appreciate the fact that Cam still comes down here and does the show. Doesn't get paid. He drives a long way to be here. We give him a lot of crap. But I, for one,
let's not go a long way. I drive down the street. I'm not working these days.
Just let me.
Remember.
That's true. My bad. But when you were working, okay. But no, I appreciate that you come in here just to talk sports and just to have a good time.
I love having
it
Cam
makes
in
me
here.
feel good because you have a lot of knowledge. You have a lot
He
of
does.
stuff. You're a young guy, and you know you don't have to be here. There's other things that you could be doing, and the fact that you're here having a good time with us and just talking sports, that's what we're all about. And I just wanted everybody to know that that's what I was talking to you about. That I do appreciate, even though I give you shit all the time. You know, I love you, and I'm glad you're here.
Get on that mic.
You're gonna make me.
There you go.
You're gonna make me do the Kevin Durant. You're the real MVP speech, aren't you?
See,
No,
look how
we'll
much
just-
better you sound.
we'll
You
just
already
leave it on
sound better. I've had multiple complaints about you on the show that they can't hear you because you go in and out of your mic. Chabby's hit me up right now. Tell
Hi,
him.
Chabby. What's up, Chabby?
What's up, Chab? I know I haven't talked to dude. Chabs needs to call the show.
I love that guy.
I love him too.
At some point, like he said, our
I think
paths
he's a
are going
little
to cross.
fish crazy. He loves fish a little bit too much. The
That's
band.
all right. That's all right.
I always thought that was something like if he was like a Phillies fan or something.
No.
Just with a P.
He loves
I never knew what that was. Like if he was a Philadelphia guy, just
Chavers
with
loves the
P's.
fish, man.
No, he likes to fish.
Yeah.
Okay.
Loves it.
Yeah,
So
someday our paths are going to cross, and it's going to be epic,
But
man.
Cam,
There's going to be a
I do
disturbance.
appreciate you coming in as well. I like having you in here. You're another voice that actually agrees with me a lot to go against Knocker, so I do appreciate
Well,
it.
hold on. I do agree with Knocker. We just don't see eye to eye on key issues.
Yeah.
Right, some things. But
So we'll get to a lot of those coming up.
that's
Knocker,
what makes it interesting.
I've got a
Right?
couple things that happened over the weekend I want to get to, and I have a rant that I want to go on for a little bit.
Oh, boy.
Something that happened yesterday. And got a lot of stuff to go, obviously, in the NBA. CP3, the big news coming down. Chris Paul going to the Houston Rockets. They're trying to build their own super team there. I got to give it up for the GM because he is making moves unlike Danny Ainge of the Boston Celtics. At least he's up there doing something because he knows he's got to compete with the Warriors. So we'll get to that a little bit. A lot of controversy as Chris Paul leaves, taking shots at Austin Rivers and Doc Rivers, the father, coach of the Clippers. So we'll get into a little bit of that. Jimmy Butler making a move, Knock. This is the guy I thought Boston should have went out and tried to bring him over to play with Isaiah Thomas there. But Jimmy Butler going to the Timberwolves here in a move. The Timberwolves, a nice young team, man. They've got some decent talent over there.
I love it.
They really do.
I really love their. You know what? That young core, and especially only giving up Levine, who kind of didn't really fit anyways.
right?
You still have. I mean, you got to get rid of Rubio. I hate Rubio so much, and it's infuriating
Okay.
to watch a guy. No. You know what? I hate that Spanish jump pass Euro League that never works.
Wow.
Have you watched that?
Wow.
Every time Rubio has the
I know
ball.
what you're talking about. Get
It's-
up in the air and then go, shit.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
They've got a great team up there. A great
Get rid of Rubio. You have a good
they've
team.
got a good coach.
And he gets back with his coach.
And
former
Butler
coach.
likes this coach.
Tibbs and Butler back again. So we'll talk.
Say what you want. There's got to be chemistry. If your players do not like your coach, I don't care. It's just not going to work. I only know of one franchise maybe that actually worked was the 77-76 Yankees. Billy Martin, Reggie Jackson. Half the team hated Billy Martin, but they just went out there and just kicked your ass because we're just going to, in spite of our coach, we're going to kick your ass, right? And I believe the Dallas Cowboys, when they won their third Super Bowl with Barry Switzer at the helm, I don't think one person on that team, A, respected him, or B, liked him.
Well, and C, he did.
Right?
That's
we did it our way! Woo!
That's Jimmy Johnson's ring, dude. Just give it to Jimmy Johnson.
Really?
Come
you
on.
had nothing to do with that Super Bowl, Barry.
That'd
You
be-
had absolutely nothing to do with that Super Bowl win.
Man.
All right?
Disrespecting the Switzer on this show.
I know, right?
Barry Switzer's a fantastic football coach, though.
College coach.
Yeah, he's Oklahoma.
Yeah, hoodlums. He's probably got the
Your
longer.
mom goes to college.
That was just lame.
He's probably
So lame.
he's probably got a longer list of arrests than any other coach in the history of college football.
Accidents.
Oh, allegedly.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, look through this. Go back and look through history, man. It was Hoodlumville. Miami got all the crap for being the gangsters, but it was Oklahoma, and it still is.
Yeah.
Well,
Barry didn't care. Can you play football? I don't care.
can we put Urban Meyer's Florida team in there too?
But that's just one team. I
Oh,
mean,
no. That wasn't a team. That was a culture down there. Go look at Florida State. You want to see arrests? They're spring breaking all the time. It's unbelievable.
That's true.
right.
True that.
Florida
True that.
Florida sports is the notorious. If I want to go to college, do great in sports, and get arrested, go to Florida.
Florida. But it's Oklahoma's all-time one. And I will give Barry all the respect in the world for what he did at
we're
Oklahoma.
spending way too much time on Barry fucking Switzer right now.
Well,
Dude,
I just want to
and
get it straight, man.
Are you kidding me? He had the Boz on his team. Are you disrespecting
Right?
a guy who had the Boz?
He had the Selmans. I mean, he had all kinds of good,
Right?
great players, and he handled those gangsters, those attitudes. He handled them, and they won on the field. It didn't work in the pros. He was not a pro coach because they're not going to, they're just going to buy what he's selling. But as a football coach in college, I'll give him his due. Absolutely.
Okay. All right.
And there's our Barry Switzer
Yeah,
talk.
thank
Yes.
you for that. Jesus.
It's all Barry all the time.
Speaking of, I'm on Green getting arrested from Nebraska. Breaks my heart.
Oh, I'm on green for child abuse or something.
Yeah,
Right? His
you know what?
15-year-old daughter or
Going
something, right?
back to that, Tommy Osborne coached some.
Oh, yeah.
Man, Lawrence
What are you
Phillips.
guys doing?
Nebraska,
This
that's
is
big-
hijacking my
Dude,
show with
the
crap right
Big
now.
8 conference,
Rich.
man. And even when Colorado got into that
Yeah.
conference,
Yeah.
they were right there with them, man. They won a national championship with a bunch of hoodlums on that team.
Do you remember when This is even my college football knowledge, even from how young I am. Do you remember when Oklahoma, Nebraska, and Colorado were 1, 2, 3 in the country in
Yes.
the same conference?
Yes.
That's
I do.
unbelievable.
Absolutely.
That would never happen today. All right, there we go. There you go,
Are you guys
Josh.
finished?
Hey, Josh, you still here?
I'm still here. Now that I'm not on camera and I have to drive the seat, you two just hijacked the fucking show. Over
Yeah,
here.
dude.
You just- go ahead.
Well, you know what we
beautiful
did? We
faces.
pressed
Now
the
I gotta put you
ejector
in
button.
HD. I think
Right?
this is close. Knocker,
Get
this
out.
is as close we've had you on. I mean, they're getting a full frontal view of you right
That's
now.
right, baby.
Right there. It's
That's right.
fantastic. So we're going to get into Boston Celtics now. Stupid Danny Ainge is for not pulling a goddamn trigger. Unbelievable. And I got a shout out to Nick Wright from Fox Sports because he laid it out on the line today. Fantastic. So good. Go back and listen to that. Got to talk about a little Knicks, Phil Jackson, taking a break from each other here, Knocker. And our boy Lonzo Ball is now officially a Laker. So we'll talk a little bit about the NBA draft. And just like the Ball family, what do they do after they get drafted? They go on WWE Raw Monday night.
Was that not the greatest thing you've
Dude,
ever
we're
seen?
going to play a little clip from that.
You know
Was-
what? Adam,
but what did LeVar pull? What was that? Like some sensei black voodoo bullshit? Like, what was that?
I don't know, but he
The
took
dude's jacked for being like 50-something, though.
He's in damn
Dude's
good shape.
jacked,
He
bro.
is in damn good shape.
You know
You're
what?
pretty good shape, too, not getting
Right?
jacked up,
Yeah,
man.
he is.
I
No
was
doubt.
trying to ask. I was at the Angel game last night with John Hernandez, and I was trying to ask him.
My cousin?
Yes,
Really?
I was trying to ask him if he ever crossed paths with LeVar because LeVar went to Cal State LA to play basketball.
Right. Right.
I wonder if that time frame matched up, but I don't know if it did.
Maybe. They're about the same age.
That's what I thought.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I was like,
Might be.
maybe.
But I bet he was a little more humble back then because he was playing basketball at Cal State LA and not UCLA.
Yeah, okay.
He probably didn't walk around the way he walks around now, averaging 4
So
points
we're
a game. You're not big man on campus averaging 4 points a game, huh?
Says who? I don't know. For winners, it doesn't matter.
Down at the YMCA, man.
I think those guys at Kentucky who sit the bench and the 15th guy think they're pretty tall.
Yeah, but none of them say I would make Michael Jordan cry. So, there's a little problem here. I loved it. And of all the things that he did, right,
fantastic.
that he's done,
You like that the most?
I do. Because I think that was just pure fun, pure just promotion. We're just
out there like The Rock.
What The Rock is cooking.
Dude, so good.
That was fun. That was great.
The-
That made him a real person. Just thought,
Yeah, it was
okay, we're
cool.
just gonna have some fun with this.
The
All
only
right?
thing that he could have done better was done a Stone Cold stunner.
On that dude.
And
Grab
the
two
beers.
beers and smash them together.
Right?
And
Yeah.
dump them in his
Absolutely.
That's the bottom line. Why? Because Stone
Stone
Cold
Cold.
said so.
Chug
mouth.
us some beer.
Stone Cold says so.
That's right.
One of my biggest regrets of the show is we had to
Yeah,
leave.
we had a chance
had
to
to
get
leave
Stone
Hollywood,
Cold before we
and
got
Stone
Stone
Cold
Cold.
was going to come on
Yeah.
our show. Man, one of
I
the
know.
best 15 minutes I've
Oh,
ever
my
spent
God.
in my entire
Yeah,
life
talking with
was
him.
sitting down with Stone Cold off the air
Yeah.
between shows and talking Alabama football and just talking with this dude. And he committed to come on our show, and then
We moved.
everything
Frank-
changed.
Frank got hired, and then
Cool friggin' dude.
Yeah, it
Really
was pretty
cool
sweet.
guy, man. Very impressed with him.
You know who I'm
And
not?
he's very knowledgeable about football. He knows his shit.
You know who I'm not impressed with recently, or as of yesterday, is Colts owner Jim Irsay and his tweeting. Did you hear what he tweeted out yesterday?
I
no,
did.
he's
I
on
actually
Twitter
did not.
too.
You have not seen it?
my God.
Wait till you see what he tweeted out.
Hold on,
I've
I'm gonna
got
go
the
to his
picture
account.
Oh, this
for
got to
you.
be
No,
good.
it took it down. He took it down already. It's so NSFW. It's not even for. I
I'll
was
find
just
it.
like, whoa. And so we'll talk about that. Clinton Portis-Knocker, former Redskins running
I
back.
know.
On a revenge
Former
plot.
Broncos running
Man,
back.
this story, and we'll get into that. It's a
Man.
crazy story. I got drunk of the week, Knocker.
Miami, if I'm not mistaken.
Florida man drinks a couple of Four Locos, blacks out, steals a boat, and crashes into a beach.
Heard about that too.
Oh, yeah, we're going to talk about that guy. Got Bonehead of the Week, got Shot of the Week coming up. A lot of stuff going on. Get to some MLB news as well. Got Cubs news. Cubs visited the White House yesterday, Knocker, and one of the players decided to drop down a middle finger in their Donald
Yeah.
Trump picture.
Is that right?
Yep.
That's classless.
And we got some David Ortiz roast that actually was pulled, Knocker, from TV.
Because of Gronky?
Yeah, so we'll get to a couple of those jokes. And speaking of the Cubbies, man, they looks like they might have lost Chris Bryant for a little while. Knocker's camera has fallen down.
Stop the show.
Has fallen down.
Everybody go get a beer or something. We got to fix the cameras.
Oh, God.
Just give us about 45 seconds so I can get back
There you go.
on screen.
There you go.
Can we like fix that too?
Tighten that up, Knock.
Can we just like
No, have Cam
put it
tighten
on that
up.
other stand or
No,
something?
you think
like
we're going to
that?
take time out of the fucking show right now to switch
Well,
the two
dude, that's your
cameras?
fucking job before we go on the air.
My fucking job was doing everything. My goodness.
Obviously, you didn't do everything. You missed
right.
something.
And a lot more coming up in the show.
Could you feel the
So,
love?
Knocker, real quick though.
Yeah,
over
what's
the
up?
weekend, had a good weekend. I was just chilling out by the pool, barbecuing and those stuff. But
You're loving your house, aren't you?
I am. Oh, Colonel, call back, Colonel. I just missed your call. Call back, Colonel, call back. I had a question
One job.
for you.
One
He's
fucking
not
job.
even driving the boat over there.
One job.
But I got 4 goddamn screens I'm working with here. Okay, got a question.
Little mad, are we? Touch a nerve there,
Little
did
touchy, huh? Little touchy, are we?
I don't know what to do. My daughter's growing up too fast, and it's really
Yes,
starting
they
to scare
do.
me.
Mm-hmm.
She went out and she came out and she's coming out in sports bras now.
What?
I don't know if I'm ready for that as a father.
What?
So,
this is a conversation that's directed over to him. I am not
Right.
having children anytime soon.
all right, so
I know
it's
of.
scaring me though. It really is. My daughter's getting too damn old, and it's starting to freak me out a little bit.
For
But
sure.
speaking of someone that's old, let's bring on the Colonel real quick. Colonel, are you can you hear us?
My God. I just looked at all of Bud Knocker's notes. I got what he's going to say for this entire show. That's awesome.
What's going on, my brother?
Hey, man, you know, it's the dog days of summer. I just want to call in and say hello and see how y'all doing.
Dude, we're doing
Doing
fantastic.
fantastic,
we're
bro.
doing good.
Pretty
We're
good.
missing you, you calling in, but I'm glad you took some time out, man. We're doing good though. A lot going on in sports right now. How about your Natties? They're doing all right over there. And what are your thoughts here on this CP3 trade, man? Do you got any thoughts on any of this NBA action that's going around?
Yeah, the only thoughts I got on NBA action right now is the Lakers' first pick, and they just drafted a reality show, and I'm just so not looking forward to this.
What?
I'm just so not looking forward to it.
Wow.
Well, Colonel, you're really bumming me out right now.
Look at you out. Yeah, come on, talk.
I don't get it. I don't understand why they drafted the drama. I just can't get it. I can't wrap my hands around it.
But isn't that what the Lakers have always been? It's a show. It's a lake show. There's always been drama. There's always been camera, limelight, off the court issues. Whether it's been with Magic Johnson back in the day, Worthy. He had Chamberlain doing his thing. Hasn't it always been kind of drama from the Kobe Shaq stuff? Isn't there always drama when it comes to the Lakers?
Sure, there's always been drama with proven players, but do you really think that this Yahoo will bring the Lakers back to the glory years of which they were in?
Not by himself.
I don't think he will, but I do think that he makes me want to watch the Lakers this year, and I do think that he brings a certain appeal to other players, knowing that he is a pass-first player. And I think that's something that the Lakers are looking for. And, if they could pull a Paul George over, and who knows about LeBron now, man. It's going to be really interesting to see what LeBron does, especially with the, Houston loading up again. Who knows what the Celtics are going to do. I'm sure they're probably going to get Hayward on Saturday once free agency opens up, and then they'll try and go get George or another piece there. Watch out for LeBron coming to the Lakers, man. I think it's a definite possibility, even more now that CP3's gone and the Clippers are kind of broken up.
You know what? Everybody is struggling to get their hands around a super team. And the one fact that they can't understand is that Golden State has got it, and they're going to run the table for a few more years.
I'm with you on that. Cam and I were talking about that before the show went on the air. A lot of teams have tried to do this with just 3 players. I think Miami was pretty successful with having 3 players, but Golden State is not a 3-player team. Golden State has a great bench. Golden State is 9 players deep, and I think this is the genius of Jerry West. He didn't go out and just try to get 3 guys and try to make it work, as the Lakers tried back in the day with Peyton and Malone. They're 9 deep. They have a lot of role players, and when the bench for that team comes in, it doesn't really change what they do. I mean, they still run the same offense. It's still the same pace. Houston's building a little team down there, but once you get past the first 4 guys, who else do they got? You got to be able to do this for 48 minutes to keep up with what Golden State has. Now, their downfall is going to be these role players are now going to be demanding bigger contracts, and they're going to lose some of these players in the next few years, and that's what's going to tear that Golden State team apart. But, Houston's reaching, and it's actually kind of fun, I think. I think it's kind of fun to see what happens. Hello.
No, I'm here. I could barely hear your last question. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Hey, Colonel,
I'm just about eating this microphone. I don't know what else I got to do, man.
I want to give you a shout out though for your Nationals, considering that they got a catcher fired for the Cubs. You got to give them credit,
I'm all in, Cam.
Oh, absolutely. Oh yeah, Nats are doing great this summer. It's the dog days, though, man. I can't wait for college football season to start. I really
yes, sir. So, what's up with Dusty getting kicked out for the first time, man? The first time in his career.
I know. I know. What do you think, man?
I'm asking you. Was it worth it? I mean, did he have a legit beef, or do you think he was just tired and he just wanted to just check out early? Oh, Lord.
I think he's having a hard time hearing you. All right, Colonel.
Does the government not provide you with the top-notch quality satellite phones? What's the problem here? Jesus criminy!
Are you gonna go blackout old dog on him right now?
No shit, I should be able to talk to you from freaking Antarctica, and there shouldn't be any fucking problem here. Like, what's going on?
Guru, does the government not provide you with top-ranked social networking?
Oh, yeah, that's low. That's low,
bam, man, that was below the belt.
Below the belt.
No, No,
That
Frontier's
hurt,
the
Colonel.
only
That
thing
was from the-
available.
That was from the 3-point line, baby.
Steph Curry from half court on that one.
Hey, Colonel, I'm going to take umbrage with you on a certain item here. What was wrong with my tank top on the blistering hot day 2 weeks ago that you had to comment on it? What was wrong with that tank top?
It was
The
gay.
tank top,
It was gay.
Yes, you commented on my
Dude,
wife
the-
beater.
the 70s called. They wanted the tank top back.
Exactly. Yep, exactly. Well, Kate Colonel.
I'm just saying.
Colonel, where are you stationed at right now, man? Where are you at right now?
So right now, so the past week, my wife and I and my family, we spent the week in Topsail Beach, North Carolina. I'm right now in Charlotte. I took off. I went to Chip Ganassi Racing today to their shop.
Nice.
I posted a photo.
Yeah, you wore a shirt.
with the number 42 Kyle Larson race car and
Very nice.
Sportscast shirt.
I love it.
Because I gotta throw some love to y'all.
Appreciate it,
And
brother.
tomorrow night I'm off to a small dirt track in northern Tennessee to do a shoot. I'll be shooting that race, and then
Nice.
back up to Fort Knox, Kentucky.
That's
Check
fantastic,
you out.
dude.
Hey, Colonel, what is the
Yes, sir.
what is the buzz on the Redskins, man? What's going on? They really haven't been making any noise in any national news. I don't really know what the hell's going on over there, man. What's going on in the nation's capital with the Redskins?
No, you know what? I haven't heard anything either. It's kind of been a slow summer. There hasn't really been any news whatsoever from what I've heard. It'll be interesting to see what this season brings. Not looking forward to it, but it is what it is.
Yeah, you're right about that.
As long as they beat Dallas.
That's
baby,
right.
yeah,
Good job.
baby,
That's
yeah,
three
baby,
strikes, you're
yeah.
out there, Colonel. All right, hey, Brett, we love you. We love you to death, man.
I got a couple of things. One, first, hey, Knocker, what do you think about USC playing Texas this year? What do you think for that one?
I think it's fantastic. I think it's great for college football. I don't think Texas is ready to take on the Trojans right now. I think they're building. They just changed coaches, and they're going to build something good down there. But I love the whole atmosphere, man. They haven't played since the epic national championship game in 2006, and I think it's going to be fun. I think USC is loaded this year. And I think they got a really good shot at a national championship, but I think it's great for college football.
Yeah, no, same here, man. I love it. I love the fact that they're playing again. I hate it because my wife's a Texas fan, but it's all good.
And you
she's
still
a Dallas
married
fan
her?
too.
Oh, she's a
Man.
Dallas fan, too? I love her.
Jesus criminy.
No, hey, her. You know what her?
You must have
her
some wild
maiden name
sex,
is
man.
Aikman.
Her maiden name is Aikman? Oh, my
No
God.
friggin' way.
There's no way.
You're
Yeah,
lying.
swear to God, it's like 15th cousin, third removed. I don't know where it is, but her maiden name is Aikman. I am
That's
cursed,
awesome.
man. I swear I'm cursed.
That's fantastic. Well, hey, Colonel, man, we
Hey.
appreciate you calling
One
in,
other
man.
thing. Yet another thing.
Go ahead.
What else did
Yeah.
you have?
Hey, 4th of July weekend's coming up. I wanted to say happy 4th of July to everyone. NASCAR is
you.
this weekend at Daytona. But
Nice.
just remember, there's over 750 dirt tracks out there nationwide. Paris Speedway this weekend at 1st of July is running a race. Go out and visit your local dirt track. That's where all these guys start to get big time, and it's great to go out and see these local guys run. So if you get a chance to go to Ventura or Paris, do it. It's fun racing. It's great, and I hope you all have a great 4th of July, and much love to y'all.
Well, thank you too as well. And you give us the chance to enjoy our 4th
I
of
was just
going
to
to
say that. The only reason we get to celebrate
appreciate
4th
that.
of July is you folks out there on the front line serving the military, serving our country, and there's just not enough words to express how grateful our nation is to people like you who do what you do. So thank you, Colonel. We really do appreciate you.
you have a great holiday weekend, man.
You too, guys.
All right, we'll talk to you soon.
Love y'all.
All right, love you too, man. Bye. Haven't talked to him in a while, man. That was good to talk to him.
It blows my mind that this guy worked in the Pentagon. This guy's up there in the military, and he calls our show and wears our T-shirts, man.
Yeah,
Like
You know what I was thinking?
It's mind blowing to me.
My mind's always blown about this one fact. I think people from the rest of the country think that Californians are crazy because they don't like NASCAR. Like everybody in the South, and back east loves NASCAR, and Californians do not care at all.
I don't give a fuck.
Exactly. That is literally the exact. But it's like it's crazy how big it is, right?
It's huge.
I like
it's huge.
NASCAR.
Yeah,
And
okay,
he's talking. He's
you're
talking
in the minority.
He's talking dirt track racing.
See,
JC
which is-
Agajanian had a dirt track, out there in Long Beach for years and years and years. There's a great history of dirt track racing in Southern California, and if you've ever been to one, it's good. I mean, there's just so much in California to do. Everything kind of gets lost in the shuffle out here, but there's great history for it, and there's a lot of closet fans. I mean, when they bring it out here, there's people in the stands, but.
Knocker, I've got.
It always just blows my mind about how popular NASCAR is, and then you kind of look at the demographics and the parts of the country that like it, and you're like,
it's a big event.
I really wouldn't expect that.
It's a big event, and talking about big events that I'm sick of hearing about, I want to go on my little rant before we get into our basketball here.
All right, settle in, grab a beer. Here we go.
I used to like this kid. He was fun to watch play football. In college, he was great. Led his team to the national championship. Gave a great speech at the end of it. Has a good religious background to himself.
Oh, my
God. I know where we're going, and I don't like this.
Got to football, did some good stuff when he got to football, won a playoff game with the Broncos. Decided, you know what, this isn't I'm not going to really make myself a career as being a quarterback in the National Football League. Why not try myself at baseball? So he tries out baseball, this kid, and starts hitting some home runs. The pitchers are juicing pitches. Everyone's getting great about it, happy. Gets moved up now, as of this last week, to top-level single A. I mean, that's some good shit right there. It's movement, right?
My age, any movement's good. But
it's
movement.
I actually wore assless chest because of this, man. Maybe that is why
and
I have such hatred
why
for him.
You hate him. What is wrong with him? What has he done to offend you?
He has the thing I can't stand. If you don't know, I'm talking Tim fucking Tebow. I can't stand it anymore. I don't care if he gets a goddamn single or a home run ever in single A goddamn baseball. I don't give a shit anymore. Stop with the tweeting the videos. Stop with the posts to get hot clicks. Stop. Just fucking stop it. I'm so sick of seeing Tebow. I'm so over the fucking shit. Everyone, he hit a home run. Oh, gives a shit.
I think
they just gave away free butt pads as one of their promotions. Come on.
I think you're ranting at the wrong thing.
What are you ranting at the wrong thing?
Why are you ranting on Tim Tebow? You should be ranting about the press. He's not asking for it. He's just going out there and playing.
Go be the next Joel Osteen somewhere.
Why? If you had the chance, if you had the money and you had the chance to play hockey on any level,
No.
Yes, you would.
But you're not.
You're a line sacker.
No,
you know
you're
what?
not bringing one valid point. The only reason he is in baseball for any reason is because he's Tim Tebow.
Okay.
If his name was Joe Schmo and he tried out and had the tryouts that he did, he's not making the team.
He's not horrid. He's better than Michael Jordan was.
I just need Tebow to go away.
Don't stop believing.
He's a gamer, he's a baller, playmaker, shot caller. He's a gamer, he's a baller, playmaker, shot caller. Unleash
Tim Tebow. Let him go.
It's time.
Turn him loose.
Let him play. Let him play.
On Sunday.
And all he does is win. All he does is win.
One more day, one more win.
All he does is win game.
You know what? I don't like Tim Tebow, but I really like that song. It's funny. It's great. I am so on.
Are you with
Josh's.
me?
I am so with.
But it's not his fault.
He's
just going out and playing.
It was his fault when he went to the Jets and would not switch from quarterback and would not give up the NFL and then says, I'm going to go to baseball because he knows he's Tim Tebow and he has a mass following.
Exactly.
And he's not talented. He's not the best baseball player ever. He doesn't even deserve to be in single A. He's been terrible.
Yes, he does.
He's been absolutely terrible.
Does he have the worst average on the team?
No, maybe not the worst, but it's down there.
If he's got a better average than anybody on that team, then he deserves to be on that team.
Oh man, I'm over him. I'm so over
he wouldn't have got the tryout without his name, though.
I understand that, but that's one of the benefits of being a star.
So over.
Why knock him for that? If it was me, right? If it was me and I had to choose between a real job and playing baseball, and I'm rich, I'd play baseball. Why would I want to do a real job? Why would I want to have a boss?
Maybe it's
just
not,
give it up, man. It's
like,
over.
but
why?
It's
But
over.
Why?
Because it's
Why?
over.
I don't have to. I don't have to be
But it
me
makes me
working
feel
for
like he's just doing
AT&T.
it for
I
the
don't have
spotlight.
to.
He's just doing it for the spotlight.
No, I don't think he seeks it.
Oh,
They
you think
seek
he
him.
loves the passion of the game and always wanted to be a big
Yeah,
player.
I think so. I think he just
really?
likes to play the game, and he's rich
Oh.
enough to do it. Yes, absolutely. If
I
I was rich enough, I would do it. If you were rich enough, you would be playing hockey instead of slinging Juicy Whip.
I never had it put that way. Slinging Juicy Whip.
Am I right or am I wrong?
I mean-
what would you rather do?
I mean, that's
Answer the
not
goddamn question.
That's not the
What
point.
would you rather do?
You better say Juicy Whip.
If you had
God
enough
damn it, pays my bills.
If you had enough money to where you could do anything you want,
Yes.
would you be working at Juicy Whip or would you be
What
playing
about
hockey?
the guy's spot that he's
Fuck
taking?
them.
What?
They weren't good enough at football to make that kind of money.
I guess it's not. I
Just
don't-
want him to
I'm-
go away.
Yeah, I'm mad at. Yeah, just go away. And I want
Just
the
go
people
away.
that like him to go away. I want everything
It's
just go away.
it's just a cult following.
Yes, I just can't
it's
stand it
unbelievable.
anymore. I just
America,
can't stand
man.
it.
America,
It is
latch on.
America.
How can we sell papers?
Yeah.
You know what?
It's not his fault.
It's not his fault, but just go
Go
away.
away. Thank
Save
you.
us. Save our sports.
Yes,
Save our sports, please.
Thank you.
Just leave us alone.
Thank you.
You sucked in the NFL. You suck at baseball.
Just
Nobody
go away.
cares.
Thank you. God,
Give
thank
us more
you.
professionals,
I
not more
appreciate
amateurs.
that. All right, Knocker, we're going to move into a little bit of sports now that we've ranted and gone phone calls and who knows what else. Let's get to a couple NBA trades that just went down, a couple big ones.
Oh, I love this.
You like to save our sports, huh?
I do. Save our sports.
Save our sports, man.
Right?
Come on.
Get rid of the good Christian men. We need more Almond Greens.
So next he's going to be playing
Save our sports.
Hey, come on. Don't disrespect on
We won't even get into that. That's not even news that a Cowboy guy got suspended for the
we
first
don't
4
want-
games
yeah,
of the season.
That's just
There's a shocking,
there's a shock.
right, happening.
Yeah, you mean the standard?
Only one.
All right, Knock. Well, first up here, the big trade of the weekend, or of the week, I should say. Chris Paul going to the Houston Rockets here, Knocker.
Yeah.
And he did not leave on good terms. Reports came out that Chris Paul despised Doc Rivers for favoring his son after he gave his son,
What they
a
say.
3-year, $43 million contract.
Grain of salt with all of that.
Didn't do anything this offseason. What are your thoughts, Knocker? Chris Paul, we talked about last week. I told you Jerry West wasn't going to be able to keep this kid around or bring anyone in to play for the Clippers.
In all fairness, to go with the Jerry West point, he wasn't even in the meeting.
That's what the sad thing is. So you're paying this
Wasn't
guy,
even in
Knocker,
the
to
meeting.
not even be in the meeting to
Right.
keep your biggest
He's
superstar?
just a consultant. Okay?
Oh, but
and
you
I'm
thought Jerry West was going to save the Clippers.
Dude, give it time.
Yeah, you got to give it time.
Give it some freaking time. Let him build a team. Okay? Everywhere he's gone, they've won. Lakers, Memphis, Golden State. It doesn't happen overnight. If I'm Jerry West and you're asking me, am I going to pay the max to Chris Paul at 32 years old who hasn't won anything for me? We did the same. We got just as far, back in the day with Benoit Benjamin. We got just as far. He's smart. I'm not paying him the money. Now, this is good for Chris Paul. I mean,
I
it's
think it is,
great.
too.
I don't think he needs to come out and say anything other than it's time to move on, and I'm looking for a different thing, and I'm going to go play in Houston, and let's see what happens. All this other crap is media-driven. It's this. They're asking him a question. He probably answered it, and then they twisted it 100 different ways as far as that. Yeah, he probably didn't get along with Doc Rivers. But is it as grand as everybody's trying to make it out to be? No. He's chasing a ring. So did LeBron. So did Bosch. So does everybody else right now. They're chasing KD. They're chasing rings. That's what it's all about. When you have enough money, now it's all about the rings, because if you don't get that ring, you're always just going to be known as great player, didn't get a ring.
They couldn't get past the second round. Cam, what are your thoughts? Does he work out with James Harden here? They're both ball-centric players. They like to have the ball in their hands. Does it work out?
My affinity for Chris Paul. I am a Chris Paul such homer.
Yeah, you'd give up Chloe right now.
I am such a Chris Paul homer, and you know what? I'll be up front with that. And I really think this is going to work. But like Knocker said, I'm not convinced with their front court They don't have enough depth in their front court. I like Eric Gordon coming off the bench. Chris Paul, James Harden. You got Ariza there. You got Ryan Anderson there. You got some shooters. They need that inside presence. But the one thing I will say about Doc is I honestly believe that Doc is one of the most overrated coaches.
Thank you. I was just going to say that. Thank you
in
very
this
much.
business, just because of the team that he got. But here's the reason that Chris Paul was mad. So there was when Michael Eaves had his report on Facebook, he said Carmelo Anthony and Sasha Vujicic were offered in exchange for Jamal Crawford, Paul Pierce, and Austin Rivers. That's a steal.
Yeah, it is a steal.
That's a steal.
He's not
You're
gonna
giving
trade
up a
his
guy
son.
who was going to retire anyways.
Yep.
Jamal Crawford's on the back end of his career, and Austin Rivers,
And a
who
seventh role player off the
yeah,
bench.
and a seventh or eighth man role player, and you're getting Carmelo Anthony. So
I thank you for bringing that up.
that-
I do think he's overrated.
that
as hell.
enough for me would be Chris Paul saying, okay, you truly don't want to win. You want to keep your son. So I kind of agree with that.
So now let me interject here, okay? I heard an interview with Lawrence Frank today, right? Who's a bigwig in the Clippers office. He said, quote, there was no trade on the table ever. Rumors,
But
talks, but there was no legitimate offer ever presented to us for that.
whose side of the table is he on, though?
No, I'm just asking. So you're telling me that Lawrence Frank
Oh, I think he's
covering up?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
He was one of the two people.
I'll buy that.
He was one of the two people that was in the meeting
Yeah,
with Chris
right.
Paul.
I'm not
Remember,
mad at
Jerry West isn't in the room, and this
Right.
is what Michael Eaves reported. He said Doc and Lawrence Frank were in there to try to get Chris Paul to stay. I think Lawrence Frank is absolutely covering for Doc Rivers. I think he respects Doc Rivers.
But remember, Jerry West wasn't involved with this team before when this trade rumors were going on.
Jerry West was coming in as an outside consultant.
So this
I
was
don't
during
think-
the season.
I don't think this was
Right.
going to matter. But, no, this was after the season that the meeting happened.
Okay.
So they were
All
saying
right.
Jerry West was already on board. I just think, for me, Chris Paul looks at LeBron's legacy. He looks at Bosh got a
Yes.
ring. He looks at
Yes.
Dwayne Wade's got 3.
He's going to be forgotten unless
He's
does
going to be
something.
forgotten unless he gets a ring. And
Sure
you know
he
what?
is.
And you know what? Chris Paul probably... I'm going to keep saying this, but he would have gone to the Lakers if it wasn't for a veto trade. So
Right.
you never know if Chris Paul really wanted to be a Clipper or not.
That's a valid
Absolutely.
point. It's a valid
So
point.
I mean, I really think he has a ring right now if he's on the Lakers. They're at least competing.
Well, now after that,
More than the story
report
than the
came
Clippers
out
did.
just
No,
before
I
that.
agree. I still don't understand what the hell happened. I've never seen a trade vetoed ever in
They-
any sport by any commissioner.
You know what? I think,
You know, hell, Herschel Walker got traded for 11 guys. They didn't veto that.
Yeah.
Just, you know.
I think that's the biggest underlying point here is that the era of basketball reasons is over with the David Stern trade. Dwight Howard's long gone and long forgotten.
Right.
Chris Paul's now finally forgotten. Lamar Odom's out of the league. Pau Gasol's past his prime. Kevin Martin's absolutely done. Skull is terrible. So all the guys that were involved in that trade,
Right.
now it's just
That's
Right.
right. I got a
dissipated.
question for both of you. How do you think Vinny Del Negro's sitting right now?
Oh, Vinny Del Negro feels like he was one of the most competent coaches.
Right?
And you know what? And I'll keep saying this. The Clippers, in their 27 previous seasons they were in L.A., they had 1 or 2 playoff appearances, and they had no 50-win seasons. With Chris Paul, you've had 6 playoff appearances and 5 50-win seasons. So
Right, but he also has Blake Griffin playing with
And
him.
has
He
he-
also
and-
has
and
a
all those,
nice
all those-
surrounding cast. I'm not disparaging him as a player. I think he's a great player. I really do. Problem with me is, and I've said this, and you will back me on
He's an
this,
injury guy.
once you get on that playoff injury trail and you keep getting hurt year after year, and the one year that you're not hurt, you choke, okay? That's who you are. You got to wear it. And he's not wearing it. He still thinks that it's everybody else's fault, and I don't blame him for chasing the ring, but I'm not going to give him the exalted status that you do. Right? I'm not going there because he's had his chances to put the team on his back and get him past the hump, and he hasn't been able to do it.
I'll give you the choke. I will. They absolutely choked that series, but there's been so much strain on him, and the fact that he's had to carry that team for so long. Blake Griffin's always been hurt beforehand.
And DeAndre,
Yes.
you can't put him in the fourth
And
quarter.
DeAndre can't play without him. So
agree.
It's getting to one of those points where it's like Chris Paul's finally like, oh my God, I need help.
Absolutely.
And he's had.
He wasn't
I don't
getting-
blame
they
him
were
at all
getting-
for doing this.
they
I
were-
don't blame him at all.
I think this is
for
the best
this.
movie. I think it's the best
It's a
movie he's
good
ever
move for
made.
both
Sure.
teams. I think it's a good move actually for both teams.
It's a great move
the
for the
Clippers get rid of an aging superstar, and they can get some trades back. Beverly's not that bad of a pick. They get a couple picks back.
And
you know.
let's not underscore the point of Chris Paul said he was going to leave to go to the Rockets in free agency. He allowed the Clippers to
get-
opt back
yes.
in. So it was funny. I heard from one of my friends at Fox Sports who's in the Clippers department. He's trying to get a full-time job.
Right.
He said that Chris Paul had not officially filed the paperwork yet.
Right.
So that kind of gave us a little bit of a clue as to a week or two before of what he was maybe thinking. But Chris Paul allowed the Clippers to get something back. I think that's a very classy way of kind of
Again, and if he hated Doc Rivers, and if he hated him that much for kowtowing to his son, if that's all true, right? Would he have done that? No, he would have just said,
I think
"Screw
it's
you
more of a
guys."
public image, though. It's saving face because you
Could-
can't
could
do
be.
what LeBron did.
True.
Because if LeBron, and I think if LeBron leaves again, oh man, the backlash on that's gonna be bad.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
then
gonna
I think
be-
Cleveland's stupid. If they give him any shit for leaving, they're idiots.
All right.
Yeah.
They are, in my opinion, they're idiots.
We're gonna
Yeah,
see.
I would agree with that.
I think it's going to be really interesting, though, that right before that Chris Paul trade went down, LeBron came out and said, I'm not going to the Clippers. I mean, did that just kind of tell
Right.
Chris Paul as well, hey, I'm out of here. No,
Sure.
no shot
Does-
at LeBron.
He had no choice. Chris Paul had no choice. If he wants to get a ring,
And what do you
he had
do
to
if
leave.
you're LeBron now? No one wants Kevin Love. You're stuck with pretty much the same team you had last year. And now you've got two good teams in the West, and maybe Boston gets Hayward this weekend, and they bring Paul George in, man. Watch out for LeBron. I'm just telling you.
I'd go to
No,
Lakers.
he's
LeBron's
jumping.
moving after this year, man.
Absolutely, he is. There's no question about
I'm
it.
telling you,
and
so.
I kind of like the fact that if I'm him, how good am I? Let me go to the Western Conference where all the good teams are.
Reshape the Lakers,
And let
win
me see
a
if I
couple
can do
rings.
this again. How can I build a legacy? Take 3 teams to the finals, win a ring, baby. That's what it's all about.
All right, guys, we get back. More NBA talk. Jimmy Butler. We got MLB news coming up. John of the Week Award. And plenty more. Coming back over on Sportscast.